Chris Guillebeau is not your typical business guru. He is an author, traveler, and a keen observer of unconventional success. He has visited nearly every country in the world. During his travels, he met many ordinary people. These people had built extraordinary lives for themselves. They did this by starting their own small businesses. Chris noticed a pattern. Many of these successful ventures were launched with very little money. This observation became the seed for his best-selling book. The $100 Startup is a guide for aspiring entrepreneurs. It shows you how to achieve independence and purpose. The $100 Startup is more than just a book. It is a practical manifesto for a new kind of entrepreneurship. Chris argues that anyone with a good idea can get started. You do not need an MBA or a complex business plan. The book is filled with real stories. These are stories of people who turned their passions into profits. They often started with $100 or even less. It is about finding freedom and making a living doing something meaningful. The central concept of the $100 Startup is revolutionary in its simplicity. It champions the idea of the microbusiness. A microbusiness is a small-scale venture. It often involves just one person or a very small team. The beauty of a microbusiness lies in its low barrier to entry. You do not need a hefty bank loan. You do not need to pitch to investors. Chris Guillebeau shows that many successful businesses were launched for $100 or less. Sometimes they were started with no direct cash outlay at all. This is possible by leveraging existing skills and resources. This idea turns traditional business advice on its head. For decades, we have been told that starting a business is risky. We have been told it requires significant capital. The $100 Startup argues that this is not always true. Resourcefulness is often more important than resources. This means using your ingenuity and creativity. It means finding clever ways to get things done without spending a lot. The book is packed with examples of people who did just that. They used free or low-cost tools. One of the most appealing ideas in the $100 Startup is connecting passion with profit. Chris Guillebeau encourages readers to think about what they genuinely enjoy. What are your hobbies? What skills do you possess that others might find valuable? The book suggests that the sweet spot for a micro business often lies at the intersection of three things. These are your passion, your skills, and what other people are willing to pay for. It is not just about doing what you love. It is about finding a way for what you love to provide value to others. This is a crucial distinction. However, the book offers a balanced perspective on passion. It cautions against blindly following your passion without considering the market. The key is to find a practical application for your passion. At the heart of any successful business, big or small, is the concept of value. The $100 Startup places enormous emphasis on this fundamental principle. A business exists because it provides something that people want or need, and crucially, they are willing to exchange their money for it. Chris Guillebeau makes it clear that your business must offer real value to its customers. This value can take many forms. It might be solving a pressing problem. It could be making someone's life easier or more enjoyable. It could be providing information or skills they lack. Understanding what constitutes value from your customer's perspective is essential. It is not enough for you to think your product or service is great. Your potential customers must see its worth. Section 5. Finding your customers. The importance of a well-defined niche. Once you have an idea and a value proposition, you need customers. The $100 startup highlights the critical importance of identifying your target audience. Trying to sell to everyone is a common mistake. It often results in selling to no one effectively. Instead, Chris Guillebeau advises entrepreneurs to focus on a specific group of people. This is known as finding your niche. A niche market is a small, distinct segment of a larger market. These are people with specific needs, interests, or characteristics. They are the ones most likely to benefit from and pay for what you offer. Identifying your ideal customer requires some thought and research. Who are they? What are their demographics, like age, location, and income? More importantly, what are their psychographics? Section 6. Real-world wizards. Inspiring startup journeys. Part 1. The $100 startup is packed with real-life stories. These case studies show starting a business with minimal capital is possible. One example is Brett Kelly. Brett loved Evernote and knew it inside out. He saw users not utilizing its features fully, so he wrote Evernote Essentials. He invested little money, mainly his time and knowledge. His guide was a success, generating significant income. Brett's story shows leveraging skills and identifying pain points can lead to success. Section 7. More microgiants. Diverse paths to entrepreneurial success. Part 2. The diversity of businesses profiled in the $100 startup is truly striking. It shows that there is no single template for success. Consider Susanna Conway, who transformed her passion for photography and personal reflection into a thriving online business. She offers e-courses and workshops that help people explore their creativity and find their voice. Her investment was primarily in building an online presence and creating valuable content. Susanna's story highlights the power of community building. She connected with her audience on a personal level, fostering a loyal following. Susanna's business model relies heavily on digital products and online teaching. This allows her to reach a global audience with relatively low overheads. She turned her personal journey and artistic skills into a source of income and inspiration for others. This demonstrates how intangible skills, like teaching and fostering connection, can be monetized effectively. Her success is not just financial. It is also about creating meaningful work that aligns with her values. Section 8. Action trumps everything, from bright idea to business launch. The $100 startup emphasizes the importance of action. Many entrepreneurs get stuck in planning. Excessive analysis leads to paralysis. Fear of failure prevents starting. The book advocates for action. Launch imperfectly, iterate later. Ready, fire, aim approach. Get real feedback quickly. Learn from doing, not planning. The $100 startup offers practical advice. Section 9. Your turn to shine. Embracing the $100 startup challenge. As the $100 startup draws to a close, its ultimate message is one of empowerment and encouragement. Chris Guillebeau shows that creating your own path to freedom and fulfillment is possible. You don't need a large inheritance or a wealthy investor. You likely already possess the skills and passions needed to start a small, profitable business. The primary barrier is often not a lack of resources, but a lack of belief or fear of taking the first step. The book aims to dismantle these internal obstacles. The challenge is for you to take these lessons and apply them to your own life. Think about what you are good at and what you enjoy doing. Look for problems that people around you are facing. Where do these three areas intersect for you? That intersection could be the birthplace of your own $100 startup. The book encourages you to brainstorm ideas, no matter how small or unconventional they may seem at first. The goal is not to invent the next global phenomenon. It is to create a business that provides value and supports the life you want to live. Some actionable advice to get you started includes making a list. List your skills, both professional and personal. List your hobbies and interests. Then list problems you see or needs that are not being met.